What's up guys, it's Lord Sando here, and in this video I'm going to be showcasing the Gaster spec. So the Gaster quest is currently glitched, and when you talk to the NPC and get the quest, some parts of the quest are impossible to complete because it just doesn't register. The way that I got the Gaster spec, and a lot of other people did, was there was a glitch where you could talk to the NPC who is in the Devil's Palm or the desert area, and you get the quest from him, and then you say you've completed his objectives even though you haven't, and he would give you the item. Since there are no requirements to take the Gaster quest, this would pretty much allow anyone in the game to get the Gaster spec immediately. Even if you're like a new player, you could go to this NPC and get the item for free. This item is called 7 Souls, and when you use it on standless, you get the Gaster spec. This bug was patched, and now you have to actually do the quest normally. The problem is, parts of this quest, as I said before, are glitched and you can't complete them, such as complete 2 trades and win a 1v1 below 40% HP. That being said, you can still take the quest and do the other parts of the quest, so that when they fix the bug, you're ready to get Gaster as soon as possible. The parts of the quest that you can do now are to use 7 arrows, to kill Dio 3 times, and to fight Dio 2 times but don't kill him, and to play the game for 50 minutes straight. So for the Dio ones, you want to have a friend and you want to go to a private server, and you want to let your friend do most of the damage on Dio for 2 of the kills, and then for 3 of the kills you want to do most of the damage, and then you should complete both parts of those quests. The use 7 arrow ones and play for 50 minutes are pretty self-explanatory. You can get 7 arrows from the shop, which is next to the park NPC. Now it's time to showcase Gaster. So Gaster has 6 hands: green, red, yellow, orange, blue, light blue, and purple. You can change between the hand that you're using by pressing the Q and E key. For example, the purple hand that I'm on right now shoots lasers when you press the R and T key. So for the light blue hand, it's pretty much just mobility. So it has one move which is like a grapple, and one move which pulls enemies towards you. As you can see with the grapple, you can use it to levitate to high places. So the dark blue hand is pretty much your strongest hand, and what it does is it summons swords which auto-aim and fly at your enemies. You have to have your cursor on your enemy, and sometimes this glitches out and it doesn't actually attack the enemies. The orange hand is pretty much your melee hand. One of the moves is like a AoE massive knockback, and the other one is AoE damage, which does a lot of damage. His yellow hand is pretty much his bullet hand, and that shoots out a ton of bullets in his R move, and his T move shoots out a burst of bullets. His red hand is his slash hand, and that summons out like red slashes. His R move does 1 slash and his T move does 3. His green hand is heal, and one of his moves does a self heal, and one of his moves heals his ally. These both heal 50 HP. So obviously from the description that I've given you, you must realize by now that in order to play Gaster, you need to remember a ton of abilities. He doesn't really have any true combos, apart from stuff that you can do with his swords, and even that's glitchy sometimes. So most of his moves is just landing your ranged moves. Gaster has a unique M1 chain which does 5 hits, and the last bit knocks them back and it does like a explosion around them. As for how good Gaster is, I would say he's pretty average and probably a B tier spec. The main reason I say this is because his swords move, which is his dark blue hand, is currently glitched, and if you try and use it on some people, it just doesn't work and does nothing. This is a big problem with his kit because Gaster relies on the swords for stun, and it's pretty much the only way you can do combos. So right now with the swords glitched, it's pretty much just running and spamming range moves. Gaster is also one of the hardest specs in the game to use because of the simple fact that you have to manage between your 6 hands, and in combat that can be pretty difficult because you need to remember what each of the 12 abilities do. That being said, Gaster does have a lot of advantages, like having 12 abilities pretty much means that at every given moment you're going to have some ability that you can use to damage your opponent. He has like 6+ range moves, which makes him a nightmare for any character, which can be countered by kiting. He also has a 50 HP self heal, which is on a pretty short cooldown, which is a very good heal. His ally heal is also nice in public matches, but in 1v1s it's obviously useless, but I feel like it'll make him strong in 2v2s when that's added to the game. I wouldn't recommend Gaster for players who are new to the game, and I would say to give him a shot if you're experienced and willing to challenge yourself. He's quite difficult to learn, but once you do, he can be fairly strong. And once they fix the saw glitches, I can feel like he's going to be an A tier spec. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.